Michigan's a racetrack that allows you to get really creative with how you run around it, how you get around it. It's kind of this blank canvas where you kind of can do anything you want. This was the very first race where we're gonna run out of gas, okay? There's a late yellow, we got the lead. Tony Jr. said, we're not pitting, but we're probably not gonna make it. He says, listen carefully, Dale Jr., when you're, I want you to shut the car off.
Now you see him accelerate. He'll accelerate like this a little bit and cut it off and try to coast. Watch him pass the car. More than likely, he's coasting right here.
And I'm like, well, how am I supposed to do that? And he's like, wait, crank it back up and run a little bit and then shut it off and coast. So I was cranking the car up and I'd gas it, shut it off, and I'd roll past the pace car. And the pace car would go back by and I'd fire the car up. And I just kept doing this over and over again.
I can't even imagine what he's going through right now.
All the fans that didn't like us were like, he passed the pace car. They were all raising Cain because we passed the pace car like 15 times during that caution. And anyways, that allowed us to save enough fuel to make it way farther than we expected.
They bunch up behind Earnhardt.
We get a green flag with like a green-white checkered. I'm thinking this thing's gonna run out of gas on the back straightaway. But as soon as we get around turn 2, there was a wreck on the restart. And as soon as we get to turn 2, they threw the yellow. So that was the race. We came back to the checkered. I don't even know if it made it back. I think we actually ran out of gas and had to turn down pit road at the end of turn 1, or at the start of turn 1, and roll up to the pit. And they pushed the car in victory lane. And it's really the very first time that I'd ever cycled the motor like that. But we do it every single week in just about every race we run now. But we're having a great year, and that was just great to break through that barrier and finally get that first win with Hendrick Motorsports. When I think about 2012 at Michigan on Father's Day, I think about the Batman car, being at the racetrack and us having a lot of fun with that. They just repaved Michigan, and we were out there running like 200 mile an hour average laps, 210, 215 going into turn 1, hardly lifting off the gas. But our car, we were in the top 2, top 3 in practice times during every practice session. And we were building this confidence like, wow, you know, we got a really, really good car here. When the race started, we battled with Marcus Ambrose a little bit. He had a great car. Once we got the lead, we just drove away from him. I think we won the race by like 6 seconds and some change. And
the streak is over. Dale Earnhardt Jr. back to victory lane in Michigan.
I watched a replay of that race, and it's 200 laps, and it seems like it was 30 minutes long. We were the best car that day, and it felt good to win a race being the best.